Hello, it's me, Ariza Gaming. We're back for some more Oxygen Not Included. Hope you're doing well. Lunatic237. I'm going to leave the music on today. We are continuing on the Tungsten Asteroid, and it's going pretty well. It's going a little bit slowly because we've only got 4 Bionic Duplicants, but they're doing their best. They're doing a pretty good job, to be honest. I'm kind of just waiting for the volcano to erupt, to be honest. Hello, Carrie, actually. How are you? What have you been up to today? Let's just head on over. I'm going to leave the music on. We're going to chill out today because I'm sleep deprived again. But we've made a fair bit of progress. I believe the dupes have done more or less everything I told them to do earlier. So we are setting up an enclosure for some goldfish here. We're going to get some Pacu in here. We're going to hook up the thermal aquatuner to cool down this tank actively. So at the moment, this pollute... Okay, this is a little bit confusing. At the moment, we're just dumping the heat into the polluted water here, or we're dumping the chill into the polluted water here. We want to keep this running so that we can actually boil everything we want in here. Now, this has kind of not behaved 100% how I wanted it to, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. So we'll just leave it alone now and see how it goes. Kids have no school today, so I'm getting nothing done. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, when does school start again? I mean, I imagine it varies around the world as well. But the first thing we have to do is we actually have to just dump polluted water in here, and then we can think about cooling it. A bit funny that we're actually going to be using the aquatuner to cool stuff in the goldfish tank rather than the other way around. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a radiant pipe all the way along the bottom. We're importing a lot of cobalt, so I think that'll work pretty well. And then this is the tapidizer room, so I definitely don't want it going in here. Eventually, we're going to dump the polluted water in this way, but I'm pretty sure I'm just going to bridge it up from here. I put the vent a little bit higher at the moment, because we're going to fill the room with polluted water. And then the goldfish are going to purify half of it. And then we're going to keep filling this with polluted water. And then maybe eventually we're just going to end up with just clean water throughout the entire thing. Maybe we don't need this. Let's get rid of it for now. I think we will just fill up the whole thing with polluted water. We're not planning on actually consuming any of the water. We have a liquid pipe here with a liquid pump, but it's just going to surfboards. The fish are going to surf, and that's going to be it. This chute was intended for access for the omelets and whatnot. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this area. I don't think it matters if there's a little bit of water covering it at the moment. I think that's fine. But yeah, we were going to wire this all up. I don't think there is anything specific we need to do with this wiring. Just get them building everything for now. Maybe we'll send it along this way. That seems like a decent idea. Realistically, the wires are going to be a little bit higgledy-piggledy over here. Just how it is. Mid-August. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, we're just going to chill with the music today. I think this is going to go fairly well. I just want to see how much sap we can actually make. Obviously, we're not doing anything with the sap yet. Sap does not have very many interesting properties on its own. Fairly mediocre temperature range, very low thermal conductivity, low heat capacity. Not really useful for anything specific, but that's fine. Neither am I. Yeah, we need to actually submerge these water forts as well. We got the awkward opening noise. Come on, game. And then we need to set all of the settings as well. Now, I have a slight issue. We need to add an extra... Okay, we need to add an extra tile. I think what we can do... The water level... Was I doing this based off the fact that the water level isn't going to get up here? I think I was. Because if we look at this space, right? That's 80 minus 3, so it's 77 tiles. And we've got 79 over here. And I'm going to assume that the water level isn't going to get this high or this high generally. We could fill it that high, but then we probably need to move the... Maybe we'd have to move the liquid vent at this point, so we're actually venting the water a bit higher up. But again, if we're not actually consuming any of it, maybe that's fine. I think we can do that. So I think what we do is we remove this. We're actually going to vent the water up here. So that means that this pipe is now actually going to come over here, and then what we'll do is we'll bridge it. And then we can just do it like that, and then it can 50-50. Yeah, sure. I'm not just going to copy the build from the YouTube video exactly. That's not really my style. This room has to be a little bit smaller than general. Because of where we're fitting it next to the tree. So I just want to make sure that we're actually going to have 80 tiles. That way, with the waterfall, we can have 11 goldfish in here. And I'm pretty sure we can keep them in the temperature range just fine. So, there are plenty of videos I've released recently about Pacus and goldfish. But the main thing is, do we want them to filter water? Not really, because we have a fixed amount of water. We're going to filter it once, and then we're just going to leave it alone. Recirculate it. So, if we don't want them filtering water, we want the temperature differential between the fish and the tank to be high, if we want to do a lot of actual heat deletion. But then the question is, do we actually want to do a load of heat deletion? We could. I kind of just want to run the thermal aquatuner more, but I think eventually we're going to have to run this for a little bit anyways. This room is starting to get nice and warm now. In fact, I don't think I think I can actually activate these steam turbines. Oh. Like magic it happens. These are actually running now. That's good. I think... Oh, we'll leave this song on for a change, whatever. I think we actually probably do want to delete the heat with this. Because we're going to have a lot of volcanoes to cool down later on. And then we just want to delete extra heat so we can actually get this magma dealt with sooner rather than later. I think what I need to do as well, I'm going to sweep up this liquid. I'm just going to put a separate gunk block down here that's not going to off-gas. This is good for just decontaminating the whole area, because what we can do is we can actually just... Now we've got rid of the plant, we can just tile this up and just delete the hydrogen. I think we just want to delete the hydrogen. If we want any hydrogen, we're just going to electrolyze some water. I think that's fine. So we can do that. The chlorine... I feel like we could just actually just separate the chlorine. I don't really mind. Why are you running? Why are you running? You're not in liquid! That's what I mean. That's the bug. When you plug it in for the first time, it turns on. We actually need to dump some liquid in here. Now, I kind of want this to be regular water. Does it have to be regular water? It just has to be a liquid that's hot enough for it to work. But it has to be a lot of liquid. I don't think we're going to actually produce that much gunk. Regrettably. Yeah, we've pretty much depleted our whole tank of gunk. So, I think perhaps what we do is we filter out a little bit. Okay, here's what we're going to do for now. No, leave that alone. I'm going to put a tile here. Then can we fit a liquid vent here? I think we can fit all these things in here. I just want to fill this with clean water. Does it matter? Do I want the gas in here? You know what would have been a good idea? Actually tiling this and getting rid of the gas. Do I just want to fill up the whole way with water? I don't think it actually matters. Oh, let's just fill up with polluted water. It's fine. I don't think we're keeping any food in here at any rate. In that case... Okay, you know what? Don't even bother with this. If that's actually the case, then what I'll do for now is I'll just seal this off. And then we'll open it up on this end. And we'll just let this fill with polluted water too. And then we'll get the fish to filter it. So obviously, the fish are going to be Pacu at first. Then they're going to be goldfish. Then they're going to be sat in clean water. And we're going to want to make sure they don't turn it all into ice, because that's obviously bad for them. So, yeah, we're going to keep the tank hot. We'll put 10 goldfish in here, so that we can actually, yeah, put the vent here.
Killer fish.
Killer fish.
Killer fish
More
from
likely
San
than you think.
Diego. I don't know what I am, but I taste really good. I'm a killer fish. Hello.
Hello.
I'll be your killer fish for the evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, Jenna, please. Hope you do well. I'm just having an iron about what to actually do today. So I would, I don't think we actually even need this to be an element center, do we? We just want... Oh, we do. We want this to always be water. We want this to always be water. So... It's like that. So if the pressure is high enough, so above 500 kilograms... Do I even want this hydro sensor here? I want the water to be in this tile. I feel like I need to actually move something over so we could put hydro sensor up here. Maybe we don't even bother with the hydro sensor. Oh, actually, you know what? These things use, what, 50 grams per second of liquid? We don't need an actual large liquid pump for this many. We can just use a liquid mini pump. We'll just do that. We'll do that and we'll shove a few things in this area. And then we can fit the water level at this height. So the vent needs to be at this height and the hydro sensor needs to be at this height. This does mean I'm gonna... Oh, God. No, go away. Why are we here? Game. Siltalin. Right. You know what? Remove all of this and we'll try again. That's fine. Yeah, if we put the mini liquid pump in here, we can fit everything in. And this should be fine. Also, I think a few people got whacked by trees. Did we... I think we removed all the triage cots. I am going to temporarily put in some triage cots. And when we get a moment where the dupes have done everything I want them to, I'm just going to heal them all up. I mean, that's irritating. How about you just do this? There you go. Right, so we want the hydro sensor up here. And we want the... Do I want the liquid element sensor here? I think I do still want the liquid element sensor here. I want to make sure that we're definitely not pumping up any polluted water into the surfboards. So let's have a look at this. So where does the AND gate go? That'll do, I think. This doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be good enough. Okay, and then let's see, that can go there. You're popping out of this tile, aren't you, doing that? Would it make more sense for me to flip it over? I don't think it would. Because the liquid isn't necessarily getting up here, but it is going to get up here. Well, it probably will end up over here because of how liquid pressure works. You know what? Let's actually flip this. Pump it from the other side. Oh god, which side actually does the pumping? I've forgotten. I mean, obviously this one pumps from the bottom. This one must pump from the bottom as well, surely. Yeah, that must be it, surely. Right, and then we can just remove this. Yeah, that seems good. Okay, and then remove this. Okay, then I think we're actually good. And then we can remove this vent, and then we can fill this whole room up with polluted water. Okay. And we actually want this tank to get relatively hot, so that the heat differential from the goldfish is maximized. So, Are we actually going to end up dumping heat in here? That's the funny thing. If we have goldfish in here, we're going to have to end up dumping heat into here to actually keep the clean water warm enough. And before, we did the test, when we did the Sandbox Showcase video for that, the whole point is we were using the goldfish to heat stuff up. No, we were using the goldfish to absorb heat from the environment. So that worked. But in this case, I'm actually kind of trying to dump all the heat into here. Now, I think we actually activate this again. So turn this, set the 10 to 90. The room is at temperature, so I don't think we need to run the aquatuner constantly anymore. Also, I don't want to actually... use all the power banks anymore. So, this should be a case where I can turn it off, provided that the Tungsten Volcano is actually erupt. Oh, I think this is supposed to be 40 and 60, actually. Let's just disconnect it for now. You're running the liquid pump? I guess it's fine. Is this actually reachable? No. So you need another ladder. So it's probably going to be this. And I'm just going to put this here. We don't really need to put much else in these rooms. Settle the automation up in a bit. We've still got to actually build all of that. But at that point, we'll actually go back to the video, the specific YouTube video, and we'll review all of that footage. Anything else I want to do in here in the meantime? Right, we know this is going to be... Okay, you know what? Let's actually just go look at the video now. So it's the goldfish... The original one. There should be a bit about... There should be a bit about automation. Okay, let's see. I was very sensible. I put an actual section at the end where I show the overlays all at once. Good. Not that complicated. Let's actually just have a look at the automation for the one on the end. Yeah, here we go. Give me a sec. Right, okay, this seems good. So, we're going to set this to below 10 critters. We could dump heat from the magma in here. That's what we want to do, I think, ultimately. And then this coolant here, this could actually be kept at room temperature. This doesn't have to be super cold. So that should be fine, actually. I'm pretty happy with that. Looks like the gunk has been removed from here. That's not ideal. I did want to actually thermally isolate this. Although, we could just seal this for now. Let's just seal it for now. I'll think about it later. I just don't want all the heat to dissipate out into the asteroid for fairly obvious reasons. Yeah, so that's going to be set to below 10 critters. And then we need to put a few things in here. We need to put an automation wire that goes straight to the door. We then need to put a filter gate. Yes, a filter gate with a 5-second delay that goes in this door. And then we have a few more sensors. So this weight plate, I think at the moment, what do we want to do at the moment? I think we want to maximize fish for cooling effect. So we'll just set this to any value. Max is 2,000, so that's fine. If we want to send some of the fish to omelet production later, we change it with this weight plate. That's what we do. And then...
There we go.
Ooh, Treble Queen. Hello, Treble Queen. What are you up to? You don't remember the raid message, but you're here. Excellent. How are you doing? We are on the Tungsten Asteroid. Blagini, apparently that's what it's called. We have a Tungsten Volcano that's geotuned. Let me give you a shout out. Treble Queen. How have you been doing? Yeah, we never got here before. I'm very excited that we're here. We have the tree. What we're doing today is just setting up a gulpfish ranch. And the gulpfish are going to do two things. One, they're going to feed the tree. Two, they're going to provide active heat deletion. Using the fact that the fish spawn at minus 12.5 degrees C. They weigh 200 kilograms, have a lot of heat capacity, and they breed very quickly. So we're going to keep most of the fish uncomfortably hot. Probably around 24 degrees in here. What we'll do is we'll actually put a thermosensor in here. I should probably make this... Oh, I need to make this conductive tile. I need to make this, like, actual conductive tile. Hold on. Let's tile these out. And then we'll replace these with aluminium. Specifically. In fact, let's actually go and import some aluminium. This is Sour Gas or Bust, in case you aren't familiar. We have an Oceania asteroid that we completely demolished. And what we're doing is we're going to try and set up a massive sour gas boiler, lots of critter ranches. There's loads of industry going on here, loads of heavy industry. And we just want to see how far we can get. We're pretty close to actually just beating everything outright. Okay, yeah, let's just put some aluminium in here. We're payloading everything across from this asteroid to the tungsten asteroid. So it should be pretty good. And we're pretty close to getting to the point where we're actually going to make the sour gas boilers. All we need to do is get thermium. We may get some Insulite and some supercoolant along the way. I think that's all fairly likely. But yeah, here's where we're sending out all the payloads. What else was I going to do? I think that was it for about now. But yeah, we're going to geotune all the metal volcanoes. We're importing refined phosphorus from that planet as well. We've got a machine that refines phosphorus for us. So, and we're just waiting for this to erupt, really. The tungsten out of this geotuned volcano erupts at 4,000 degrees C, more or less. It's super hot. Right. Are you actually going to pump? You are. We're spending power banks and pumping this now. Is that fine? I don't think it is. I think we actually... Okay, here's what we actually do. We connect this in here, and then we cut this off. Oh, you know what we actually do? Don't do that. Don't do that. Cut this off. We'll put another wire going up here, and we'll just hook up the pump that way. That should be fine. Yes, I'm quite sleep deprived today, so we're playing our own music for change. Right, these need to be conductive tiles. I guess... Do we wait for the aluminium to arrive? I think we do. This needs to be really conductive. I shouldn't have actually put all the liquids in here. These tiles don't need to be conductive, but these ones do. What else are we going to do with the automation? So... This door needs to open at the right time. So what we need to do is we need to send the signal over here. We're going to put a NOT gate in here, and then... Well, we're going to put a bridge over the sweeper, and then we're going to put a NOT gate in here. Please don't make it out of steel. I know I made some stuff out of steel yesterday, and that was intentional, but we're not generally doing that. But the key is we're actually going to put an AND gate here. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to go there. The critter element sensor that I forgot to position, that's going to go here. Yes. This is going to detect the actual gulpfish eggs. We need to make sure that gulpfish specifically are getting filtered out. And that we, the weight plate condition is being satisfied. And then we can plug that into the chute. So the chute will only activate if we're dropping a goldfish and we don't want to turn any into omelets. That's what this is doing. That's actually it. That's all the automation. Not very complicated. We don't actually have room for a lamp in here. I think that's an acceptable loss, frankly. I think we've done quite well just to actually shove the surfboards in here. But yeah, we need to heal people up. We need to heal Ulti up. That's fine. Ulti could heal up. And then we want everything going in here, don't we? All the stuff. And then we actually need to start building the mechatronics as well. Right, what does the mechatronics look like? I think this is the part where I look at the actual overlay for mechatronics. I don't think it's that complicated. But in any case, it's going to start here. It's going to wrap around here. And then I think we just send it this way. Yeah. So we send it this way. It goes down past the chute. It goes up here. And then from this loader, we bridge over. Doesn't particularly matter what we make this out of. And then I need to move that message. Okay, there we go. Right, so the conveyor bridge comes out here, runs past this loader, and then we're just dumping all of the extra guys here. So this is where we're going to dump all of the final products. For now, I'll probably dump them in a better location later. That's fine. But what we'll do here is, again, we will filter for goldfish eggs specifically here. And then what we're gonna do hold on, we just look at this. Right, if it's not a goldfish egg, it goes up here. If it is a goldfish egg, then we put it in the chute. So it actually goes up here. And then the auto sweeper here is going to actually load it into the loader. And the loader is going to be connected to a rail, but it's not actually going to go anywhere. So it's going to ensure the eggs stagnate and turn into raw egg. And then this room is going to have a temperizer. That's going to get hot enough to turn the raw egg into omelette via state change. And then this loader is going to take the omelette out. That's what we do. And then we need a few bridges just to actually get this to work. I think we actually just need the one bridge here. I have had a habit of putting too many bridges in for this. I think that should all work. Now this is sealed over here. I think I'm going to just remove this just so we can get in here for now. And then I'm going to remove this. We want all the gas to get removed, I think. Okay, and then what else are we actually going to do? So the algae. Let's see. The algae is going to go on this conveyor. And there's actually going to be... Yeah, there's going to be another auto sweeper over here. I don't think it specifically matters where this one goes. I think this can actually... Where am I going to dump that in? I could even just dump it in here manually and then have it just be in the receptacle so we can load both fish feeders. Will we eventually do this with seeds? I don't know. This is a very unsatisfying arrangement of wires. I don't think there's really that much we can do about it. Also, why do I have tiles here? This doesn't seem very sensible. Can we actually just come in here and tile all of this before we get these geotuners online? Yeah, that's probably fine. We can remove this. This slime can get removed. This slime can get removed. I'm still very much trying to actually clean up this whole bit. Or at least try. I think we can also just remove these now. Yeah, sweep that up. The liquid level has dropped, so we shouldn't get any more polluted water coming in here. I can start tiling out this hydrogen. That should be pretty easy. I need to do this tile first, though. New printables. I thought I printed something. Ethanol? Ethanol. We don't really need ethanol. But yeah, while our 4 dupes are over here, all the other dupes are on the other asteroid, on the main asteroid. They're shoving all the debris onto a single tile. They are literally just going up and down and dumping all the resources here. Yeah. I'm trying desperately to improve performance by any means necessary. And we previously shoved all of this layer of rocks on this layer of tiles. I think we're actually starting to make a dent into it. So that's a good sign. Right. I don't think there's actually anything else I need to do for conveyors at the moment. So let's have a think about this. So this pipe is going to run around here. Does it matter it's going past the Wheezeworts? I don't think it does. The Wheezeworts are not providing a huge amount of cooling. So that pipe is going to go that way. Oh, that water pipe needs to change. Bring it up here. Do that. Then I can remove this. And then if I cut this off and remove that, what level do I want the tank to be heated? Also, something to bear in mind, the goldfish are going to be cool up here, so the heating element should probably actually be... Let's have it run through here as well. Do I have the aluminium tile yet? No. Still waiting on that. Okay. I think I will extend the cobalt pipe so it goes up here. And then the rest of this could just be regular pipe. And is this the point where I just make a really big radiator? And it's very unsatisfying because it doesn't actually go through the bit that I want it to go through. Maybe. In any case, we need the goldfish in here to stay cool enough to not sculpt. So I think we don't put the radiant pipe in the tile. No, I don't think we put the radiant pipe in the tile where the fish actually are. I think we do that. I mean, I could just leave a big gap in the middle. Or, I'll tell you what, here's a fun idea. If I actually put the bridge in, use that to undo the issue, and then I can just go like this. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And then that's going to be more or less the end of where this is. We're going to have a tile here, we're going to have a tile here, so let's just have it come out that way. So cancel this. And then this is going to come down here. That's going to go up here. Yeah, that's what it's going to look like. So we're just going to have a big radiator in here. The coolant loop's going to run through that. And we're going to run something else hot past the coolant. So it's not just going to be volcano stuff. it's going to be cooling down the magma. And then the heat deletion from the gobfish is going to cool down the magma. Will we put some steam turbines in as well? Probably. But we're at least going to get the gobfish to help. Because we've never actually done gobfish properly in a run. And this is a good test to see if we can actually do it properly in a run. Right. This... Hold on. How's the rocket doing? The rocket has landed back at Irigiel as well. So I believe we actually have another artifact. Yeah, we do. We have the percolator. They need to change that. Don't drink from it. There was a Pacu in the percolator. Oh no, you can see the Pacu. No. Oh no. Rip. We found that in the radioactive asteroid field. I have no clue what's going on with that. But yeah, someone can pick that up and scan it. We'll need to add some rad pills to the rocket. I thought we could get away with not doing that. I think we should make them again. I don't think we need to export them. Let's turn off exports. And then let's make, I don't know, like... Wait, we're out of coal? We're out of coal. Yeah, we're completely out. We have stone hatches. But where's all the coal going? It's all ending up in here. What? Oh, right. Oh, I need a friggin' auto sweeper in here. What on earth? What? What was the plan with this? I need to flip the... receptacle. Okay, surely you guys have laid a bit more coal than this. I mean, in fairness, we have literally been turning all of the coal into pills. Each pill is 1 kilogram. I don't know. I feel like you guys should be laying more than this. Yeah, so this is for coal, and then this one is for everything except coal. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay. So the conveyor receptacle needs to face the other way, so... Yeah, that was not my brightest moment. And then the excess... Oh, right. All the excess coal is going over to making refined carbon, which we're then turning into diamonds. In fact, how much refined carbon do we have? I think it's all being turned into diamond. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 48 tons of diamond, and this is a map that has no oil biome. We've done pretty well. Our dupes are living the life. Yeah, this is fine. I just need to move this over. So, oh god. Game, let me select things. So this needs to go here. I need to remove all of this. And then we'll be fine. And I need to load the video up again. Did I link you the specific video for the goldfish? Let's link it again, just in case. Because you guys weren't here when I originally linked it. I make lots of YouTube videos about building things and solving problems in Oxygen Not Included. There you go. Right. So the last thing we need is the conveyor receptacle to go back in somewhere that can actually be reached by the auto sweeper. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? And then you can actually make more rad pills. Okay. We'll leave it a little while before we go back and do the next space exploration. But do we actually have the artifact scanned? Got more office mugs. Don't really care about that. We're collecting a large amount of actual tin bags. Oh look, they're all dancing. Oh good. You guys should also be healing now because you don't need to research anymore, right? Think about power. Be low on power. We're a little low on power. I probably need to look into that. We shouldn't really be having brownouts. You have failed again. Right, can I just dump a little bit of glass in here? Let's do this for a second while they're building everything on the other asteroid. I don't know why this is leaking heat specifically. I think it's just because the steam is here, and we tried, but this one hasn't been leaking heat. In any case, the cool steam vent is dormant, so it shouldn't make a huge difference. But I want to fix it anyways. So, who's doing this? No power. Yeah, I guess. Oh, that's gonna be awkward waiting for this. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Oh, but they're not actually gonna fill it, are they? They're not gonna fill it if it keeps depowering. Fill the storage bin. If we fill the storage bin, then we can actually just put an auto sweeper nearby and grab it from the storage bin. It seems fine. Not that we tend to do a huge amount of this. That should be fine. Yeah, we have a lot of refined metal now from the volcanoes. It's pretty good. Why are we low on power? So our hydro generators are running constantly. We're charging a load of power banks that we just made. I don't think you need to make that many more power banks. Yeah, because we sent a load of power banks to the asteroid and we didn't charge them. And let's see. Iron Volcano's dormant. Yep. We're not using the metal refinery at the moment. Why not? Because it's too hot in there. Still filling up stuff up with rad bolts? Why? Oh, we're still filling up with diamond preston. Is this something to do with... I mean, obviously that's why we're sucking up a load of power. But these steam turbines are still running. Some of these are turned off because all the vents are filled up with clean oxygen. I think perhaps what we will do at this point is we will just remove these tiles. I was trying to be cute about restricting the flow of steam in here. But frankly, if they're blocking up, there's no real point in doing that, is there? We are also running 5 aquatuners constantly. That's why we've hooked up a few different things to brown out. This... Okay. We're sucking in a lot of the solar power to go here specifically. Part of the issue is we still have 2 different power wires. So I think we used to have most of the solar power going over here. And now we don't. I mean, what's actually using all the power? Oh, we'll never know. Yeah, we'll literally never know. These are all running 2. Aluminium volcanoes dormant. Okay. Right, so what we need to do is we just need to catch a glass packet. We just need to catch a glass packet and we need to trap it in here so that it stays nice and warm. And then that should heat the uranium back up. So there's 2 big blobs. And that will do. We'll leave that in there. That should heat up pretty quickly. The glass should explode out into the room. Then the uranium should heat up again. We may need to do a couple more glass blobs. There are a couple more glass blobs on the way. Once the glass actually enters the room as well, that should help with the heat transfer as well. Yeah, it's heating up pretty quickly now. Let's move in one more blob. Yeah, we have to do this. Oh wow, we made a lot of glass. Okay, I think we could probably actually tell them to stop doing this now. Yeah, go ahead. Right. These machines have been running for a while. They've generally been pretty good, but they've not been perfect. It's all about increasing the temperature of the depleted uranium. And then once it's actually liquefied, we can just run the rest of the glass through it, and that should be pretty quick. Okay, this should be pretty close to melting now. Oh, don't do this. Don't do this. Yeah, you should melt literally any second now. Yeah, there you go. Then this one will melt as well. Oh. All the uranium ended up over here. I think this uranium's going to push it back, though. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So now we can just hook this up like this. And then run the rest of the glass through it quickly. It's going to heat this up quite a lot. And then that will deactivate, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that should do. And then that steam should get out of that room pretty easily. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, and what about this one? This one is definitely not working either. Is there something about this design that just leaks the heat to the right? Is that the plan? Weird. What's overheating now? A door. We don't care about doors. Right, what else is going on? So we need to fix this. I think we need to put a storage bin for the sand here too. Just to make sure that if the power is intermittent, we're grabbing stuff easily. Ooh. It's nasty. I think you're gonna have to remove these two. You are not really overpressure, so this is not a huge hazard. Oh, you are overpressure. Oh, great. Okay. So you're going to run back through here. We can do the exact same thing. And I will hook this up here. We end up using the glass anyways. It's fine. We're going to build more solar panels on more planets. Like it. Right, let's get in here. I think there's a lot of water in here, so we may need to actually have a lot of glass going here. Okay, that's turned to steam pretty quickly. That's good. Yeah, okay. What's the situation now? Steam's heating up. There is some igneous rock debris in here. It's probably not helping. Okay. Well, this is heating up again. Let's just keep bringing it over. Just 2 at a time. The more glass we dump in here, the quicker it'll get. We did actually do something naughty where we made a granite pipe in here, and it actually melted the granite pipe. That was not very helpful. Oh, whoops. Oh, that'd be fine. This might be a little too much. Oh, yeah, this is too much. This is definitely too much. Right, okay, stop this. Get rid of this. Turn this off. The battery is now overheating. That will cool down, but we just need the uranium to actually melt. Which it should. But yeah, this is the Luma Plays cool steam vent tamer. The whole premise is that we're tricking the steam turbine into working with just one hot output. Just being heated up by a battery that's being tricked. And then we're using some drip pumps to fill up the storage. I think in retrospect, I think we're better off doing door pumps with this. Because if we don't have a large room up here to actually hook this up to, it does actually overpressurize every now and then. It's not actually what we want. Right. The room temperature should sort itself out once the uranium melts. I think. Maybe? Okay. Kind of. Yeah, let's sort it out now. Good. Okay, we're done here. We're done here. That should last for a while. Okay. Go back to Blagini. You guys did everything over here a while ago, I think. You're gonna erupt in 5 cycles. You need to still fill this with water. Why has this not been filled with water? Because it's not been getting power banks. No, because they haven't built this wire. Because you can't build this wire. Because you need a bridge. I probably should have thought about that. That's fine. Yeah, you guys are actually bored now, for real. Let's see. What else do we want to do in here? Oh, surely we've received the aluminium shipment by now. No? Oh, the aluminium volcano is dormant. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's just use cobalt then. Cobalt's blue. That's well themed for a fish tank, isn't it? There's also some automation we have to set up in here. So this is going to be set to detect gulpfish specifically. So, critter egg, gulpfish egg. This is also going to be set to gulpfish egg. This loader. What is this loader even for? I don't think we actually need this loader here. I think that's what this loader is actually doing. So let's remove this one. And then remove this. Can we reach this tile? I'm not sure. Doesn't look like it. I think we can reach this tile. Yeah. I may need to flip the sensor quickly just to actually get it to work. That's probably fine. Oh, this needs to be a ladder so we can actually escape past this door. I always forget that bit. We need to escape past this door when it's locked. Get out of there. Yeah, I like the cobalt and the true tiles mod. Right, so now I can actually get past this door. I think we just put the ladder here literally just to disguise how annoying it looks. You know what, actually? Let's put a crown molding there. Seems like a better idea. Here you go. And that way I won't forget that we actually need to have it there. Also, what is this? Yeah, fill that tile in. I'm just going to ignore those tiles. You do still need to fill up with a bit of water. Is that wire buildable? No. So this wire just needs to go here. Okay. That's fine. Just actually do it then. Now that those tiles are done, I can remove these tiles. Good. Cycle 781. You'll have to see it. Get rid of it. Get rid of the tile. Do it. Do it. Do it. Get it out of here. And then there's the loaders. So this loader picks up everything. This also needs to pick up eggs. That's very important. We also need... I think eggs are also just getting loaded in here and automatically turn into omelets. I think that's fine. There's not going to be that many eggs laid over here. So this could be set to critter eggs. Fish. Then this is set to just edibles. Not raw egg. Don't pick up raw egg, because that's omelet territory. And then this one is going to be set to everything, including critter eggs. Then oh no, this was supposed to grab everything except the... That's what this is supposed to be. Is it? Yeah, so everything except the critter eggs has to go in one of these. This is just the algae repository, so allow manual use, organic algae, and then this is where the eggshells are going to go. And then I'm literally just going to dump them over here. I just don't want them actually in the area. That's going to be everything that's not eggs. Because the key is, we have to get the eggshells off of this weight plate for it to work properly. However, that's not necessarily a huge issue at the moment. And I think that's actually all the automation, so now we just need to dump the pipe in here. Oh, also, I need to actually build a little walkway over here. That's fine. Right, we're filling up with more polluted water again. This is not going to be very quick. Can we speed this up? How many pumps can we run at once to fill up this tank? I mean, I could just mass draft the dupes to just do a load of bottle emptiers. That would be pretty funny. We could even do that over here, actually, now I think about it. Yeah. What's that? That'll do, and then you can just start auto-bottling stuff. In fact, let's actually set up a pitcher pump. Where will that even go? Probably fairly close, right? So probably just in here. It seems acceptable. We can dig this slime out. And then this ladder could just go all the way down here. Yeah, that seems good. Help out our little pump. I don't really want to actually drywall the Pacu tank. What is giving the drowning signal? Fish fought, not enough water. Exactly. It's misleading. The building is not submerged. That's why it's getting the alert with all the wiggly lines. I wonder why the Tepanizer doesn't do that. The Tepanizer has a separate, completely similar dialogue. Also, I just realized, isn't your username Iolo42 and not Lolo42? I've definitely seen you have it with an I on the Discord. I may have been getting that wrong for like ages. But that's your fault for using a capital I next to an L. And I think you did that intentionally. Pitcher pump. Let's get a couple of pitcher pumps in here, actually. You answered to anything at this point. I like to name things to confuse people. That's actually why Whiskers is named Whiskers. Because I wanted to convince people that I had a pet cat. And then they come over and see Whiskers and it's actually a fish. And it's actually worked. I've had relatives come over thinking I have a cat. And I don't. And then they see Whiskers and they're very confused. I do enjoy it. I can relate. Yeah, I guess just start manually doing this. Catfishing. Yes, we are catfishing with a literal catfish. There you go. That was definitely what I was thinking all those years ago. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. We just need to get it full. We won't add the Pacu until we've actually dumped all the water in here. But this should work out fine. We're getting up with a lot of polluted oxygen up here. That's okay. We could also just put some deodorizers over here. Why have they done this? I know we don't have much granite, but I still disagree. On a fundamental level. Right, let's also tile this, remove this hydrogen. That's fine. Yeah, I think once we've actually got this full, that's what we'll do. So this also seems to drain about 10 kilograms per second each. So if we're continuously loading each bottle filler, it's basically the same as one pump, each one. They're not running continuously though. Are you going to be doing the liquid layering trick? No, we don't have renewable water on this asteroid. So we're literally going to fill the pit up with polluted water. And we're just going to convert it all into regular water. And it will end up at 25C or 24C. We'll get the goldfish as hot as they reasonably can be before they scold. Using the coolant pipe from the thermal aquatuner. So what I'll actually need to do as well, so this pipe over here actually has to go in here. And then we can bridge this and bridge this. Let's actually Protein 9 that. Yeah, I would be doing it if we actually had polluted water to filter on this asteroid, but I don't, so we're not going to bother. You're actually out of gold amalgam? That's concerning. No, you're not out of solid gold amalgam. What are you... Right, just build it out of iron. These are now all full of algae. That's good. Let's just check if we've got any rad pills in this asteroid. We do. Okay, so... I think now what we want to do... Maybe just temporarily. Let's go in here. I want you to load non-manual use. So we don't need plastic. We do need rad pills. Power banks, we don't need in here at the moment. Oxalite, we want to go in here all the time. So load up a few bits in here and then we'll do the next rocket trip. Where are we actually going to go for the next rocket trip? I think we are literally just going to go out to every single question mark clockwise at this point. We do actually have to go back here and pick up the bionic dupes at some point, but that's going to be a little bit later. Right, let's go back to watching Twitch on the other picture. Yeah, so I have another computer where I monitor the stream, because I'm monitoring it on OBS, and I'm monitoring it on the actual Twitch stream manager as well. Because I just want to see how everything's looking on my laptop and my phone as well. Just to check that everything's working properly. Wow, these guys are actually getting bored now, aren't they? Okay. Let's actually get in here and continue deleting this hydrogen. Not that that's going to take up a huge amount of time. What else do I actually want to do? It's literally about getting to the magma at this point, isn't it? I'm just going to put more bottle empties in here. Frankly, if you've got time to wait, we're just gonna dump more liquid in here. Like, we can get more pitcher pumps. Yeah, do that. No, don't do that. There's slime in here. Have we actually released any slime? No, okay. Maybe one over here. Maybe just like that for now. Oh, there's one there. Just like this. That'll do. I really do just want all the dupe labor to be spent on moving polluted water over at the moment, I think. And you should never, ever run out of things to do with that at the moment. Right, so let's get in here. Actually, hold on. Right, deconstruct this, dig this. I want to reclaim most of this space. I only want the liquid lock to actually be sort of, I don't know, down here. I would even do it in the Abyssalite, where not for the fact that it's super hot. Maybe we still do part of it in the Abyssalite anyways. Then deconstruct this. And then once we've actually got the Pacu in here, that's not going to be a challenge at all. We're actually using algae. I think we may have made just some of it inaccessible. Wait. Something wonky is happening here. No? No, we're just running all the debris over here. Is that a good use of our power? Probably not. How much debris is in here? Not a huge amount. I think this is tolerable. Like they're on board now. Right, speed 2. I have got to get a gobfish on stream today. That has to happen. It's not negotiable. Also, it seems like if the geotuners actually depower this... Yeah, this obviously isn't geotuned. It says 0 out of 5. Because they're depowered. Now that's concerning, because it means that we potentially won't actually be powered at night. I think this means we need to add more batteries again. So, let's see. I think we can remove most of these triage cots. And then just put more batteries in. $782. You know what, I'm going to take my hoodie off. I'm getting hot. Convenient way to deal with slime on the base slime is to drop it all over pressurized tar next to a wheezewort. That is true. We could just dig it up and then just wheezewort it, as you say. Give me a sec. I think that... I'm not sure if that actually mutes the audio or not. I don't think it does. I think the headphones are actually pretty smart at telling when they're supposed to mute stuff. Ugh. Oh, that's better. Oh, I think my playlist paused. You can still hear the game music. Okay, whatever. That's fine. If I'm getting warm, my computer's probably getting warm. So let's actually open a window. There we go. Yeah, just keep dumping polluted water in here. Oh, we are on speed 2 as well, actually. I should give myself some credit. And then once we've tied this in, we can basically just... This liquid lock isn't really doing anything. I think it was more just to keep the chlorine out. This polluted oxygen is actually at higher pressure than this. So I think we should actually just dig all of this out, and the chlorine is actually going to behave at the moment. Because we're not actually exhaling any carbon dioxide. And whatever we have... It's actually over here, isn't it? Oh, what do we want to do? You know what? Leave this for now. The chlorine is all in here. So let's actually tile these tiles. And then we'll just seal this bit. And then we'll pump all of this gas content into a reservoir. The only thing is, those ladders are going to be annoying, so... How about I actually do it like this? And you can get up here. Yeah, there you go. Okay, go ahead and do that. Then... Copy paste that. Oh, you need to reach the pitcher pumps. Okay, okay, hold on. You need to actually put one here so we can access the others. Good idea. This seems to be filling it somewhat quickly. Although, I guess some of it's built up over here. That's fine. Don't think it's going to be an issue. Yeah, this is definitely a speed 2 job now. We'll go back to the rocket, so you still need to dump the rad pills in here. Oh! I should have clicked sweep only, not manual use. Okay, that's fine. Right, now you're cracking on. This is good. Yeah, we'll leave the seal for now. I just want to make sure the chlorine's going to be fine. Why a reservoir, not a bottler? The bottler will sort about automatically when you eject the bottles. I don't even know what I want to do with the chlorine. We could just do a bottler. That's fine. I mean, how much gas is it? A canister filler. Yeah, that's true. Let's just do a canister filler. Right, so gas pump. The only thing is, so I need like a blob. I need a blob of gunk that I put over the top of this. Just to stop the polluted oxygen from off-gassing. Or I just seal this bit up and then pump the room. No, that doesn't make any sense. This slime is done now anyways. Let's actually just tile all of this. And then I can dig this up, and then I can put an extra blob of gunk in here. No, it can't be gunk though. It has to be regular water to stop the off-gassing. Well, we can do that. I'm imagining this is going to get filled in like 2 cycles. Hatch eggs, sure. Are you actually going to get around to doing this? That's unreachable. Probably not then. Go down here, that's fine. Probably a little bit unnecessary having both of these ladders, but whatever. You're overheating. Why? Why are you even running? Why are you even running? Stop it. Get some help. It's tricked. There's no way it's detecting liquid over here and then running, is it? That would be the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, just go ahead and build all these tiles. Maybe we'll speed 1 it again. I think I'm doing it faster with speed 1 again. You are definitely going to trap yourself in a funny way, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe at this point you'll be alright. I guess we're about a third of the way filled up. Yeah, then you can get in here and seal this off. Right, speed 2 again. Get out of here. That volcano's dormant, that volcano's dormant. So, it's going to take us a while to solidify all this magma. I think we're going to have to find something else to do while we solidify all of the magma. Because even with the goldfish cooling, even with steam turbines, it's going to take a while. So, we probably just find something else to do in the meantime. Idle again? Why are you idle again? Oh, you can't get over here. That's fine. Wow, the access situation over here is very weird. Oh god. Okay, look. You need to make this out of igneous rock. Here you go. I read a whole treatise on the tepidizers as wasteful. I don't recall what they are. It's entirely possible you accidentally found one. Yes, it's not very robust from a coding point of view. It's very funny. It's definitely something that's going to be patched as well, so I'm really not going to look into it too much. That is not on my list of priorities. Right. Let's tile these as well, and then we can remove these. And then I can put another tile here. And then I actually just want to dump some water on this. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I want to dig out. Wait, why are you running? You definitely should be running. Yeah, this should be pumping. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? Do I just put a bottle emptier here, probably? Yeah, I guess we do. So let's actually just put a tile here, and then we can clear this space. It won't take very long for these guys to do anything. They've got nothing to do, so we should take advantage of that. The dupes with strength boosters are actually pretty quick at doing this. Right, now the water's getting in here. I hope you're happy. Right, speed up. Let's do this tile, please. Thank you, and then remove this one. Oh man, I can't wait until I get this new mattress. The sleep situation has been rough. And it's so funny how I didn't even realize it was a problem until it was too late. Because you just get used to a mattress getting less comfortable over time until it gets to the point where you actually have a problem. And then you're like, oh no, I have to actually replace this now. There you go. This is actually filling up pretty quickly now. We just need to let the dupes do their thing. And then we can just seal this up once all the gas is gone. Do I actually even care about the gas? I think I want to get the gas out, but I'm not 100% fussed. None of this will overpressure into liquids. Right, okay, this needs to be water. And you could do enable auto bottle on this because we don't need very much. Wait, there's no way you don't have enable auto. You don't have any water to grab. There is literally water on these tiles. I can see it. All we need is a little blob. In fact, if I just get you to do this, that will probably do. I think we literally only need grams. There's some grams. Just enough to stop this from off-gassing, then we can actually pump this. So, let's put a gas pump in here. Probably put 2 in here, right? And then... This is all vacuum, so I can actually just come in here and do this now. Let's seal this off first. And then, as you say, we'll just put a canister filler in. Maybe we'll just send the chlorine back. And then the power wire can go... There's a lot of power now. Where do we even want this going? I guess just here. I think we've got a slight issue. I think the water is getting deleted by the polluted oxygen. I think I actually need to make a proper bottle of water again. How sad. Well, that's fine. We can do this. Doesn't need to be a lot. Right, 50 kilograms. That should do, and you should dump that in here right away. And then we'll be all set. I just want to see that water. In fact, yeah, just dump it in here first. And then we will release this from the vacuum so we can actually just get down here like normal people. My god, we do not have a lot of materials in this asteroid. Right, we're done. Good. I don't want to enable auto bottling you again. So now we can just actually vent all the gas. That's good. So, remove tiles. In fact, you can actually just remove all of this now. And then put this here. And then we can grab all of this. Yeah, that'll do. You're about halfway full now, that's good. I basically just want to make sure there's no off-gassing going on here. It's the return of the happy banana. It's one of these. It's dinner tonight. Yeah, I'm going to Scotland tomorrow, so I'm going to be back on Friday. We're going to do a stream. Am I going to record the Jorbo video on Friday? I'm not sure I'm going to have time. I think realistically what's going to happen is I'm going to record the Jorbo video on Monday, next Monday. I'm not sure I'm going to have time otherwise, because I'm spending the whole weekend with family. I'm pretty happy with the build, but I think it just needs a bit more testing. Okay, this looks good. So, yeah, you can get up here and do that. I guess I've given you a few different tasks now. Let's just speak to it again. I'm liking it, though. We're starting to get down to the bottom level. And the other good thing is, if we do actually manage to cool all this down, we can make more tiles out of this magma. You know? And I guess the Drekos are just going to climb the neutronium forevermore. Yeah, I guess we'll just watch them for a bit. Oh, I should probably airflow this tile just to make sure the gas can escape when the liquid level reaches this point, because that will reach that level pretty soon. How's the rocket looking? Okay, rocket is looking fully stocked now. That's good. We've even got some gear bomb. So let's actually go back and do the next space mission, which will be over here. That's fine. Begin launch sequence. That's fine. Let's actually see what the artifact was. Yeah. The percolator. A coffee percolator with the remnants of a blend of coffee that was a personal favorite of Hassan. He would specifically reserve the consumption of this particular blend for when he was reviewing research papers on Sunday afternoons. With or without fish. That's very important. Right, we're not putting coffee mugs on here. Get out of here. Give me the percolator. I still find it very funny. This is just full of steam. Oh. What? Why have we got raw egg here? There should not be any raw egg going over here. No. Well, I guess they haven't been cooking the omelets after all then. Great. What? Well, we have got omelet. Maybe I just unset it by accident. That could have happened. How's this all looking? Oh, what's going on here? Did they actually replace all these pipe segments? I don't think they did. We have a tile of uranium in here now. Is one of these vents doing too much? No. More sand in here. Then... why would it have done this again, though? That's irritating. Do we just have too much steam in here that accumulated over time? I don't think we do. Also, these aren't actually running because the pipe is blocked. Why is the pipe blocked? We're pumping water from the other asteroid. Have I just not been running these? Is this where the whole issue has been coming from? I mean, I could literally just put a separate pipe on this. I definitely don't want to have to keep coming back to fix this. We should be dumping all the water out of these, otherwise it's just wasting time. It's all extra cooling for the magma biome that's not actually been used because we've just been dumping water from the other asteroid. Okay. Oh no, I know what we do. We just set up a preferential bridge. There you go. That way you'll actually dump from the cool steam vent first. Yeah, that's probably fine. You should melt again now. Right, so... yeah, you get out of here. Then turn this off. Then just build those bridges, and then we shouldn't have any problems with that. And then I need to do the same thing over here, but I suspect... have I already done that over here? No, I haven't quite done that. Well, that's frustrating. So, just do this. That will work. I'm sure that's one of those things where I've kind of just forgotten about it because I haven't used it in a while. Right. Pipe blocked. Was your full? No? Because we never built the final pipe segment. Just... why are we actually just running out of materials? How rude. Right, let's speed to it again. Once we have the polluted water level on these tiles, we can close this tepodizer section up and then add the Pacu. So the reason we've insulated this is to actually get the goldfish, we have to cool down the Pacu. So they have a large chance of laying Pacu eggs. The chance of laying goldfish eggs increases if the fish is below 5 degrees C. So we have to cool down the water to at least below that level. But once they are goldfish, they start with a 66% chance of laying goldfish, and that increases if they're below 5 degrees C. But it never decreases. So once you have the goldfish, if it's in a hot environment, it will still produce 2/3 goldfish eggs most of the time. I.e., we still get the active cooling from the heat deletion of spawning the cold goldfish. Which is why this thing works. So what we'll do for now is we'll set this to cold. So let's see. So that means I need to actually take this and disconnect it here. So the coolant needs to run. Oh, have I hooked this up the wrong way? I have! Excellent. You'd love to see it. Right. We'll replace that bridge and then we can fill this all up with actively cooled polluted water. And then we can turn this on and we can keep it set on. And maybe we actually just hook it up to the power bank again. That's why we do that. Right, you are now full. So this means I can do this, this, this. And we can actually add the package. So let's actually just start adding all the packages. So I don't think it particularly minds where we add them. Oh, we don't have a rancher! Well, that's rude. I don't really want to wait for the eggs. I'm just going to select all of the guys, and then we'll make a ranching booster and drop it off. I never even thought about this. You also need a ranching dupe to actually use the fish traps. So that's not a solution. Wait, we have a goldfish egg already. Lol. Lol, we already have a goldfish egg. You get to come in here too. That's very funny. That's not very likely either. The odds of getting a goldfish egg are like 2%. Right, do we have ranching boosters? Probably not. I don't think I'd have ever made one. Why would we? Ranching booster. Just one. And then export ranching boosters. Why is ranching booster not on this list? Oh, because we haven't made it. Yep, there we go. I'm a genius. What's going on with the stone hatches? Oh, they're all over here. That's fine. This is definitely all working properly now as well. We've got all the we've got all the eggs. All the pills. You're going to be 2.2 cycles. Good. Yeah, the Rabble engine is exploring pretty quickly. Very happy. Right, let's go back here. So, we're still filling you up. This is sealed properly, that's fine. I guess we just get you to keep dumping the eggs while we vacuum this room out. And then once this room is vacuumed out... oh, I probably want to grab all the debris. Oh, this is a load of debris, isn't it? We don't want any debris in here. And we probably also want to get the Draco out. So, let's actually just make a automated dispenser and dump all of the sweep-only stuff over there. Want everything out of this room. I'm sure we're going to melt something. All we need to do is build an element that we can heat. We can dump a lot of heat into. That won't cause the coolant water to boil. Oh, we can figure that out. Right, we need to build that bridge as well. So that could go here. Pretty nice. Okay, water level is filling up past here. That's good. The pressure should ensure that it gets pushed out here. I think we actually have to put... maybe we have to put an airflow tile here. I could flip the... I could flip this. Hold on. Yeah, flip that again. Let the gases out for now. Let the gases out for now, and then the water could just sort itself out. I'm not sure if this is going to push all the gas out, because we have two different gases. But worst case, we can just tile part of it. Is there any other fish down here I didn't grab? I think so. Let's just check that the booster is loaded. You actually make this. You did. Okay, so that needs to go in here. And then let's send a load more cobalt over again. And then that should get that sent over. How's the gas level in here? Pretty low. I do need to sweep you up. You need to be set to all. Sweep only 9. So get rid of everything that might possibly be in the magma zone. And then once we've got a vacuum in here, we could disarm all the abyssalites. That's definitely the first thing we do, because the abyssalite is a load of heat capacity. And it doesn't normally conduct, except when it touches a gas or some kind of other material that is conductive. It's very annoying. It looks like there's a little bit of neutronium on the bottom, but I don't think it's anything that's actually going to obstruct what we're doing. So that's good. I also actually need to take the Dreco and just relocate it, like, here. I'm going to put a door in here as well, just so we can control access permissions. How much more liquid do we actually want in here? I think we just want enough that it pushes up past this tile. The only thing is, I feel like if we have it going all the way up here, it's going to end up pushing into the gate here. And then we're going to be in trouble. I don't want to have to lower the packing count in here, but I think we might have. Unless we just nab a random tile from somewhere else. But I don't really want to, because we don't have any way to get around this vent on this side otherwise. I don't really see how I could do it. Right, let's just have a look for payloads. You said some payloads, 0.3 cycles away. So if the booster is in the payload, no, it's in this payload. It'll be the next batch that'll let us move the Pacu. Right, let's keep speeding it up. Not really that much more for you to do. Are you just full of... Okay. You are just enjoying breathing. We have canisters. I guess they're not full. I am hoping we're going to get all this polluted oxygen out of here someday. One could dream. Right, can we remove this wheeze wart as well? I need to put in another wheeze wart. Let's put one in here with a farm tile. Building broken? What's broken? Let me guess, that door from earlier. That's usually how it goes. Yeah? And then we can just put like a planter box down here. Yeah, that's all still irradiated. It is the door from earlier, that's good. Right, you need to be set to regolith as well. You were supposed to be in a liquid. You're no longer in a liquid. I think we need to dump some naphtha here too. So let's actually go and grab some quickly. Oh, you haven't been dumping it in here. I'm not even sure we have any naphtha in here anymore. I'm just gonna build another temperature plate. Do we even need naphtha anymore? I think naphtha is still technically the best thing for this. So we'll do it. Let's make another plastic temperature plate. We're back up to about 10 tons of plastic. That's good. Yeah, just put it there. Good to see the puff population's doing well. Am I actually succeeding in pumping all this gas out? So we cut off the spawn pipe here. This pipe is going through. I think we are very gradually actually deleting all this gas. It's just taking an absolute age. I think that's fine. I mean, if we actually zoom out, It's mostly carbon dioxide at this... I don't know. I don't think it's really changed that much. These guys are not going to delete a significant amount of gas. Have they got any impurities down here? No, that's good. Oh, wow. That's a lot of random dudes. It is going to help. Well, that melted pretty quickly. That's good. I guess that's fine. Yeah, go ahead and grab that. What else? I guess we'll get the booster here fairly soon. Let's actually just check the star map. Yeah, we've got 2 more payloads on the way. That should be done fairly soon. If I just... Oh, you are doing that now? That's good. Okay. It's Hammer, the original. Haven't seen Hammer in a while, actually. So the naphtha needs to go here. Because that is definitely not going to actually explode like the ethanol is. Because the regolith that we're sending over to the other asteroid is actually pretty hot. Oh wow, we're just loading this directly into the launcher. It's fine. It's gonna be so funny when we come back here, we just see a Rex hanging out on the roof. I'm like, how on earth did that get there? It's like, oh yeah, I just left it there 100 cycles ago. Right, Aaron, Bert's bees. Bert is on the way. I'm pretty confident about that. That's good. Let's follow Bert while he does the errand. Bert. There you go. I do need to actually show the asteroid occasionally. So now we need to dump the naphtha, so empty this. Barney is on the way. Barney is actually relatively close by. Let's follow Barney. Oh, hold on, wait. Gunk! Gunk detected. A lot of gunk. How are the dream journals doing? We got a surplus? No. We do not. Maybe it's because of the gunk. I don't know. I don't really care that much. Right, you can dig this. Right, that should keep you relatively cool now. I'm hoping. Oh boy, tranquil toe seeds. My favorite. No, let's get more puffs. I like getting more puffs because they'll just gradually delete some of this gas, hopefully. There's just too much. Right, how's this going? Okay, the good news is we filled this up pretty well. The bad news is there's some gas pockets, but we can deal with that. Now, I bet we got the ranching booster in one of these. Maybe it's pretty close. That's a lot of payloads. Pretty good. It's quite fun watching them just reorganize themselves across the star map. Okay. Well, I just need to leave that with a little bit of time. And then I need to come over here. I need to sweep. I probably don't need to sweep that up. I do need to tile these 2 tiles. So get out of here. In fact, priority 9, this one. Okay, the coolant is running through here as well. This is currently hot. So we need to make sure this is actively cooled. We don't actually have a huge amount of it either, so I think I need to actually hook this back up here, just for now. Yeah, pump that back in. And then we can get the loop full. And then, now, I think actually... I think we... unradiant your pipe. Screw you, unradiance your pipe. We'll do that. We got some weirdness going on here. Oh right, that's the counterflow pipe because we're still dumping polluted water in here. Okay, that's fine. You know, I think this might actually work. I think the liquid pressure might be such that we can actually have an asymmetrical tank like this. That's pretty funny. I mean, I'm not complaining. If it actually lets us have an extra Pacu in here. Right. And then, again, the auto sensor is if the pressure is below... If the pressure is above 500 kilograms, and then if this is water, then it's pumps. Okay. Right. Raji Booster is here. That's good that it shows up in the menu. So who's going to take this? Probably the dupe that I like the least. It can't be Thing 1 or Thing 2. It's got to be Steeler. Yeah. Oh, maybe not Steeler. Steeler's the Geotuner. Ulti. Right, you... This doesn't seem right either. Hold on. Whoever has the Masterworks one. Okay, you don't need an advanced medical booster. Right, here you go. Have a ranching booster. And then... I guess we just yell alert those errands. Seems like a pretty good way of doing that. I would still like you to put the goldfish egg in here. Although I guess that means don't grab the goldfish egg for now. So I probably want to set this to not goldfish eggs at first. Or we just take the egg and we put it up here. That probably makes way more sense. Actually use the sorting mechanism, you know? For things and stuff. Right, time to go open season on the Pacu. Get them! They're in the bag! You could get relocated too. Get relocated, idiots. There's a few different Pacu eggs in here. I don't think I want the regular Pacu eggs. A breachable move. Oh, you can't actually get down here. Okay, well, build a ladder there then. Hooray! Pacu! He's getting cozy! He's in the water fort! Good. Good, we finally actually got a fish in a fort in this planet. He's very happy. We're out of power, great. More fish. More! You need more than one fish fort? No. No, it's just style. It's just for style points. We don't really have much else to put in here, to be honest. They look kind of naked without everything else. I mean, I guess you could argue that way the fish can actually use... More than one fish can use a fort at once, but that's very rarely needed. Excuse me. I should stop drinking Coke, because I actually need to get to sleep tonight. Yes, I'm going to Scotland tomorrow, so I need to actually pack, and I need to get organised. And I also need to actually sleep. We should definitely get a goldfish tame today. So, yeah, you've still got to relocate the Dreco. This stuff is almost all out, which means we can start excavating all the magma. That's good. Oh yeah, I go for a minimalist approach. If I'm using a fish fort, I failed. Yeah, I like them. They're cute. The fish deserve to have a place where they can sit and clip through the texture. Okay. I mean, we've already been abusing dupes. We may as well not abuse the fish. Right, let's put some Weezeworts here. There you go. Yeah, although, I feel like they could definitely add some extra skins. I'd love to see them add some extra skins for the Critter Condo. I guess it's kind of difficult because they have to have certain elements be the same for how the critters interact with them, but I think they could still do it. Got 4 packing. You know, the fish feeder's up here, so you should go and eat from the feeders fairly soon. I guess, actually, they've probably been eating a load of algae on the floor, so it might take a while for them to actually get eating from the feeder. We do have some young ones in here, so I'm not that concerned. But it's probably going to be another 10, 20 cycles maybe until we really get them going. The water is too hot for the... Oh god. What is this? Do I still want to dump more polluted water in here? I do. Something crazy is going on. Well, it's all just half and halfing while we're still loading this up. Also, it looks like the pressure is actually equalizing, so I don't think... I'm not 100% sure this is going to work. Because I think we're going to end up with water in here, and then when this shuts, it's going to push it out the top. Now, that may not necessarily be an issue, because I could put a mesh tile here. That would be acceptable. Then maybe just put a mesh tile here as well. See, I'm quite determined to actually get this to work. We're down to micrograms of polluted oxygen here, that's good. It should be very soon that we've dealt with this. Yeah, you're down to micrograms up here too. Having a pump at each end of the room has definitely helped us pump it a bit faster. Wait, why do we have oxygen down here? That's gross. Game. That's gross. It's granted, it's milligrams of oxygen. We can pump that out pretty quickly, but it's still gross. I didn't even make these out of steel. To be fair, I can totally just get in here and tile this. So we'll do that. Yeah, I think realistically, the Pacu are going to take a while to sort of acclimate. We still need to actually keep dumping more polluted water in here. Which we will do gradually now, because we'll get the dupes to do other things. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we're at the point where we can start digging out the Abyssalite. The Abyssalite debris is not going to cause any issues, so we could definitely just go and dig this out. And I'm going to build these bits of ladder out of obsidian. Make sure that we can actually do that safely. I understand you have a need for affinity for fish. I just really need to unfoul things. Someone earlier today had one of the most complicated hatch ranches I've ever seen. I did the same thing by making the ranch smaller and putting an incubator inside the ranch. No way was I going to tell them. Oh, that is the thing though. When you're watching someone play the same game that you play, and they're newer than you, and you are enjoying watching someone else, but you don't want to just backseat them constantly. Like I get it. Like trying to find the balance between backseating and not backseating. Right. I'm gonna dig this Abyssalite up to here, just so that I know that's where the extent of the zone is. Because what I think we'll need to do then, I think it's just a case of just digging up the tiles. There's no gas in here now, so the Abyssalite shouldn't flake at all. So I think we can. I think this is actually done, and we moved the Draco too. Draco's no longer in here. So this should be acceptable. Yeah, I think we just let the liquid hang out in here, and we just shift this over here. Okay, the goldfish egg got moved up here correctly anyways. That's fine. That's what we want to see. So we got 7 Pacu in here. Any Pacu left in here? Not really. I guess we can relocate the eggs, the regular Pacu eggs as well. For now, just 2. Oh, there's a fish. I've spotted you. You're just gonna immediately go and eat some algae. They're so small. Yellow at this. Alright, actually in the magma biome now. That's good. So we definitely need to just tile this, right? So let's make this out of obsidian. We do actually have obsidian. There's more down here. This should be fine. We'll just get rid of all the Abyssalite, I think. Is that a good plan? I'm not sure that's a good plan. This asteroid could definitely explode if we do the wrong thing. That would be pretty funny. Where's the rocket? The rocket is 80 seconds away. I'm probably not going to remember that. Remove these ladders. It's fine. Okay, the tungsten volcano is erupting. That's good. And we have tungsten moving through it. That's also good. You can see it's coming through here. It's actually cooling down very quickly on the gunk. Steam turbines are running. And this is all hooked up in a self-powered section. So this should definitely actually generate enough cooling. This should generate enough power to keep running the thermo aquatuner enough to generate enough cooling for this. See how it goes. Did replace this pipe down here, right? The thing you're working on now is a lumber ranch. I pretty just much stole the best design, but I'm just not trying to cram more lums into it, because why not? My solution was to put a Ovagro farm made outdoors directly above it to see if it swims. Yeah, I played around with Ovagro farms a lot. There may be a better solution than mine, but I couldn't think of what it was. Mr. Pacu, you need to flop this way. Yes, thank you. I'm hoping we'll get some that actually eat from feeder. That aren't elderly. Yeah, there we go. We've got one here that is 9 and an 8 repeater. Okay, that's good. So we'll definitely get some Pacu going. What is the water level like in here now? It's still a bit too low. Overheated. Yeah. All my homies hate ethanol gas. This whole swathe of the asteroid just too hot now for ethanol. Okay, now I'm actually concerned. I think this needs to be... You can make this naphtha, can't you? We have naphtha. Let's put it here. The ethanol gas... The ethanol gas could stay. I think eventually it's going to all drip down here anyways. Then... Yeah, it's cool enough down here. The ethanol will sort itself out over time. I'm actually not going to panic. They're all in suits. It's fine. These poor flogs. I guess the geyser's keeping them cool. I'm glad I managed to actually keep them a little bit cool. This is quite chaotic at this point. But hey, it's actually a lot of ethanol, I think, and it's technically deleting heat, so... Whatever. Right, let's see. You, I think, are at the destination now, right? Oh! Wait! The frozen cinnabar asteroid field. So we can get mercury from here. That's interesting. We may actually want to go and dig up some mercury. At some point. Right. I guess we've got to go this way. Wait. Oh yeah, we've got the encrusted teapot. Okay, good. Get out of here. Oh, this is really chaotic. Right, you're actually all idle now. So... I think we just need to keep getting into here. So we know we can dig up all the Abyssalite now. There's no potential for a heat leak. Because there's no actual debris in here that can exchange heat. So let's start going under this way. If we could just dig out all of the tiles safely, that's a really good start. I guess not everyone could dig these tiles. Do I have more digging boosters over here? Did I ship them all off? No, I did not ship them all off. Okay. What about extreme digging boosters? I think we need more extreme digging boosters because this is... Actually, hold on. Let's check this. Yeah, you need extreme digging boosters for this. So let's go back here. And let's load up extreme digging boosters and then let's make like a load more. So... Yeah, I think we're gonna have to make like 4. Probably a good number. Yeah, we made loads of rad pills now, but all of our coal is actually sustainable. We have the hatches to do this. Any coal that ends up in this receptacle is by definition sustainable, so we can just make as many rad pills as we want now and not worry about that. Good. I still need to dig this tile. I am so paranoid we're going to release oxygen. That's not usually what you say in this game, but it's what we're saying today. Yes. 787. Oh god, these daily rollovers are taking longer and longer, aren't they? Right, so we can get in here and we can do this. This feels a bit weird, but it should be fine. I just want to get rid of the Abyssalite for now. That's what I want to do, ideally. And then clear out the... Yeah, clear out the gas as well. That is actually magma. That's fine. So long as we get rid of the gas, we'll be okay. And granted, it's not a huge amount of gas, so it's not the end of the world. But I would prefer not to. And then once we've dug all of that Abyssalite out, this remaining Abyssalite layer is completely safe. We can dig a few more of these tiles out, probably not yet. Leave them a little bit longer. Yeah, keep building these. Right, you are now looking correct. Okay, so it looks like the polluted... It looks like the level is actually fine. That's good. So... this should actually count now as the correct number of tiles for the fish. So... I think what we'll do now is I will close this off. No. It's this pipe specifically. It's the middle pipe that I need to close off, not the others. So let the rest of that water drain in there. And then we fill this loop up. And then we start running this. And then you need to cool it down. Set green signal up above 5 degrees. Because we need to make sure the goldfish are goldfishing. And then you're going to generate a lot of extra heat. That should be fine. And at least we have the tungsten out here now. So the tungsten is all getting dumped over here. That's good. None of this is overheating. I'm surprised none of this broke. I guess it's not a very high heat capacity volcano. I still thought something was going to melt because the tungsten is just so dang hot, temperature-wise. But it didn't, so that's fine. And I think what we're going to do, so for the rest of today, we're just going to actually dig into the magma biome, try and analyze the volcanoes. I think we... Oh, wait, we can't do that. Ammo suits aren't good enough for magma. What am I talking about? We still have to deal with this. We need to come up with a design for sucking the heat out of this effectively and condensing it. And I think I'm going to think about that more on Friday. So for now, let's just actually disarm all of the Abyssalite, and I think that will be a good enough job. Getting the Pacu in here, starting to actively cool this liquid. It is going to take a while to actively cool this liquid, though. Like, they're trying. We're still running it past all this space infrastructure as well. I don't think this is getting that hot. We need to get the digging booster over here. I guess Thing 1 and Thing 2 are going pretty well. Oh, we do need to release a little bit of extra Abyssalite. Wow, we actually dug those tiles already. That's interesting. Yeah. Do I just speed it up then? I think I'll just speed it up for now. Oh, wait. No. You gotta dig this one up. Then you can get in here, and then you guys can start doing all your digging in sequence. This definitely feels like some kind of stealth game mission. It would have been funny if we actually left the Pacu in here just to watch the Barnic dupes. Ulti has picked as good a spot as any to just hang out. Do I just want to actually dig out the magma? Maybe? I mean, what else have we really got to work with? The thing is, we literally don't really have any other material to work with on this planet. We just have the oxygen from these. We have the metal from the volcano. There's nothing over here that's actually going to be helping us out. I'm going to get rid of the dense puff. We don't need a dense puff. We don't need a puff prince. I'm going to keep murdering most of these guys. I don't think I needed. Yeah, we've actually literally taken probably about half of the polluted water on the map and just put it in this Pacu tank. How are they looking? Okay, so you bait from feeder, that's good. You bait from feeder, but you're elderly. You haven't eaten, you've eaten, that's good. You're elderly and you've eaten. I'm pretty sure I'm looking at the same fish every time now. You ate from feeder, that's good. Okay. Obviously, we could actually get into this stuff down here. That'd be pretty fun, wouldn't it? Not that you can really get past this magma. I don't think we want to generally corner build the magma because this is going to cause pressure damage and destroy everything. I think we can corner build a few bits, but maybe not a lot. I mean, we can definitely just get in here and grab this stuff. Just to have a look around. Also, frankly, it's more building material. We're going to build like a load of ladders down here, I imagine. But yeah, I'm going to have to think about the actual heat spikes some other day. Because my brain is not apt for that today. Apologies. I'm just glad we're getting a tungsten out. At last. Although, I do probably need to put this behind a door and restrict it again. This chute should have just stayed here. That definitely should have been the thing. And then, what we can actually do... Okay, I've got a plan. So, deconstruct this. This is all cold on the outside, so that doesn't really matter too much. What we'll do is we'll just put a... I'll put a tile here. I'll put an airlock here. I'll put a ladder here. I know I was talking about putting transformers here. Let's see what happens first. We may not even need transformers. I think because we're running all the tungsten through this chamber anyways, I think we should just do this. Oh, wait! Hold on a minute. That's something we can do today. We have sap in here. We can make Isosap and see how that goes. Should we do it? Should we just save the game and do it? I think we'll do it. Let's make some Isosap. This room is hot enough now. And I'm pretty sure the sap will conduct heat very quickly with the uranium and the gunk and all that crap, and it will melt. It will handle itself pretty quickly. So let's just pump out a few blobs. Just see what happens. See if we made any oversights. It's a nice healthy earwax color. Okay. Now, I think this is going to merge in with this steam turbine water. I think it's fine. There we go, look at that! Hey, Isosap! And it's at the right temperature too, that's perfect. Okay, so now you need to go in here. Rare resource, Isosap. We did it! We've never made Isosap before, ever. We've literally never made it before. Fantastic. And the room is just at the right temperature to not actually collapse. So let's actually priority line this stuff. Oh, wait. I need this ladder to go up here. Yeah. So Let's look it up again. Isosap. So we combine it with petroleum to make viscogel with the emulsifier. Or we combine it with reed fiber and abyssalite to make insulite with the molecular forge. Okay, we gotta do this. We gotta make our first lot of insulite, right? Maybe we just put the forge down here for now. We gotta do this today. Like, we've got all the stuff. We brought a load of reed fiber over. We've got it from Dreco's. We've got to do this. The only thing is, where's the best spot to put the forge? Because it's a bit too tall to go in a normal room. This wouldn't be a bad spot. You know, actually, this is a pretty good spot. Maybe? No. No. Let's leave this here. This would be a good spot were it not for all the oxidizers. Maybe just shove it here. Feels kind of whack. I think we've got to shove it here. Let's remove the water sieve. I don't think we're going to need that very much. Give it room for the pitcher pumps. Yeah, but that's too short. The forge is 5 high. And we're going to put something else in that room anyways. We're going to make that like a rec room or something. We're like actually going to properly use that space. Let's put it here. This is like such a useless space. I don't think we're going to do anything else with it otherwise. I thought it was the emulsifier. It's the molecular forge for Insulite. We're going to make the Insulite today. Viscogel, I'm not that fussed by. Obviously, it's great for conveniently making liquid locks, but you can kind of make liquid locks anyways. So I'm not that fussed. I actually need to put the thing here. Oh, it feels so good that we're actually getting in here and doing this. Right, let's tile these as well. Oh, I love Viscogel. I end up with so much ceramic, I feel bad making insulation. Yeah, I don't know what we're actually going to do with Insulite. If we're even going to use it. Because, as you say, we have a lot of ceramic. I'm going to have to seriously think about space materials now that we can actually make them. It's funny, it's literally like the curse of knowledge. So, molecular forge... 1.6 kilowatts. Okay. Big ass building. What am I even going to plug this into? Probably just more power bank charges for now. How about we actually remove this, put in another one, and then that power wire I can plug in here. Now that it's no longer needed to plug in elsewhere. Yeah. And then that can go... yeah. No room for a lamp. Probably fine, right? Wait, did I just build this out of a load of hot obsidian? I don't think I did. Wait, well, in any case, you're all going to get around to it at some point, aren't you? Let's see. So we need a weight plate. And then if we have a ton of material in here, then we'll open this door and access it all. Probably doesn't all need to be insulated tile, but that's fine. The same size as the tree. It makes sense about the guns now. It's squaring up against Mecha Tree. Lol. That's hilarious. Very good. We come in here and do this. I guess the digging dupes also have building priority. That's fine. That's fine. Again, I'm probably not going to use it that much. I'm just doing it today because we can. Like, we totally can. Sick. How's this doing? We're going to be 1.6 cycles. Okay. Wrong asteroid. Look how long this thing takes to build. It takes ages to build. If you don't have construction do. If you don't have a proper construction do. Such is the nature of advanced material production. Ugh. We need to add Isosap to our list. To celebrate. God, the icon he does. We did give him a construction booster. But not, like, loads of them. He's got at least 5. Nice. So I guess all the Isosap is still in the room at the moment, or is it in the loader? It's in the loader. Did we only make 8.4 kilograms? Not very good. It's in here somewhere. You don't actually get that much mass out, I know that. Yeah, there we go, look, it's going. Now, if we look at the Isosap, is this actually going to conduct any significant heat at all? Let's have a look. I'm thinking no. Oh, actually, it's cooling down. Not very quickly, but like enough. Because the mass is so small per packet, it's cooling down enough even though it's such an insulative material. That this isn't actually an issue. Hooray! Right, I think we just speed to it for now. Let's watch thing 1. Watch thing 1 dig the tungsten. How do you set the mass of a packet on a rail? We have a conveyor meter. The conveyor meter is plugged into its own reset port. And we set the amount in here in kilograms. This is such a good way of handling metal volcanoes and similar things. And again, solids are way more conductive when they're smaller packets. So it does take longer to get the solid out. And that's why we have the weight plate here, because we want to set it so that the dupes aren't picking up very small amounts all the time. Is that a mod or a new building? I'm not even sure it's a new building. It's been in the game ages. Like, actually ages. Just leave that wire there. Pretty good. It does require some plastic. God, I wonder how long it's going to take for us to actually make the Insulite. We'll have to open this door up again in a minute as well. Yeah, now we're getting a decent amount out. Well, I'm not sure that counts as a decent amount. We'll see. But now we just need to feed this guy a lot. How are you looking? You got 8 crescents. You got the 3 eggs. That's fine. I don't think any of you are going to tame immediately. The printables, we go. Fertilizer, sure. Are we using fertilizer on this asteroid? I don't think we are. We're out. I resent that you don't get some of the spaced out buildings in the base game, that P-Dirt one, for example. Yeah, I kind of feel like spaced out. It feels like some of the spaced out stuff is kind of like core game content now. It kind of annoys me when that happens. But yeah, spaced out is definitely more core to the ONI experience than like the other DLCs. And I don't even... The problem is you can't really separate out the buildings and fun stuff from the space stuff, as you say. So it's kind of annoying. That being said, the game and the DLC are cheap enough that I don't think it's really that much of an issue. Right, you're done. You built the thing! Okay, let's investigate this. Oh, yeah, I forgot. You can make atomic power banks here from enriched uranium. It's portable self-charging units used for isolated power grids. Yeah. So you can make fullerene, which is made with, well, it's made with the graphite. And then you use that to make supercool. And then we have Insulite, which requires the Isosap. It requires 15 kilograms. So we'll just make one batch. We'll open this up for now. Yeah, just make one batch. Insulite reduces heat transfer. It is composed of recrystallized Abyssalite. We're recrystallizing it. I don't know what that means. Specifically, let's find out. Yeah, let's see what this looks like. And obviously we have loads of Abyssalite. We're at a crossroads. I mean, obviously this is the thumbnail today. Actually making Abyssalite is sick. Or actually making Insulite is sick. Who's here? Sting 2 with the reed fiber. 5 reed fiber per actual chunk of Insulite. Oh, he's pressing the buttons. Yep, nod, nod. No. It's out of power. Right, let's see. Oh, right, yes. I need to actually make more of these. I need to get them hooked up. Oh, I did say I was going to put more batteries in here as well, didn't I? Yes. So, let's do this. Let's actually hook these up. There you go. And then maybe we can actually... I don't think we can connect this up. It's just too much power draw. This is going to overload the wire immediately. This is why we need some transformers. But that sounds like a problem for Friday. We just gotta get this made. Yeah! Hold on, hold on, hold on. It generates 60 kD fuse per second of heat as well. It's making the noises! Yeah, give it a wipe. We're just gonna stay here until it gets done. They know what they're doing. No, we're not. Have we got to, I think we've actually got to set this to the right power banks as well. I did actually have some of the Raspberry Fanta left as well. We're living in a fantasy. Right, we just got this one little annoying tile. I don't want to release it as magma though. I actually used that, I just didn't know you could do that with it. That's... Unfortunately, that is not a very descriptive word. Oh, we missed it? What do you mean we missed it? I'm gonna make another one then. Oh, we don't have enough Isosap to make another one. Oh, rubbish. Rubbish. Those are rookie numbers. The sap is quite viscous. Apparently. Should we sacrifice more puffs? No, I don't think so. What do you mean you're expelling gunk? This is literally your fault. You just need to empty this. Right, well, that's a little bit anticlimactic, but I don't think I'm going to stress out about that forever. We did actually indeed make the Insulite. Thermal conductivity, 0. There we go. Very high specific heat capacity as well. And it turns into tungsten and sour gas when you melt it. Also, you can crush it into sand with the rock crusher in case you ever run out of sand. Surely this is a good use for your reed fiber. Turning reed fiber into sand. Hello, Mimic. Hope you do well. Yes, fish. We're just about to wrap up, actually. We're just about to wrap up. We've got Pacu in the tank. The tank is full. I'm pretty sure this is going to work properly. So I'm pretty happy with this. We are going to cool down the coolant pipe. We're trying to cool this water down as much as we possibly can. It's going to take a while. We're going to get it down to goldfish temperatures. And then we're going to get some goldfish eggs. And in the meantime, we're going to feed the tree and we're going to make a load of Insulite. We've actually made some for a change. Also, interestingly, you get a lot more Insulite out than you put Isosap in. Because most of it is actually Abyssalite by mass. Which is nice. But yeah, the Isosap actually boiling in the Tungsten Volcano room worked out pretty well. What happens when we get goldfish? Well, when we get goldfish, the water's going to turn blue and we can use it for surfboards. And also, the actual point is the goldfish spawn cold. So they're going to go up here. They're going to start cooling things down a lot easier. And then we can kind of flip this pipe so that it's actually absorbing heat from all the magma. And we're going to start planning all of that on Friday, I think. But yeah, we did it. We made Insulite. I don't know what we're going to use it for yet, but I don't think we made it in a run before. We've literally never made it to the sap tree, and that's the only way you get it. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy. We actually did a thing. Biotic dupes were helpful. Certainly a different thumbnail than usual. You're cooking fish into smoked fish. I think the plan is, while we're doing the active cooling, we're probably just going to do the cooked seafood. And then we're going to switch to omelets where we actually want mass Isosap production. Because I'm not that concerned about the actual quantity of Isosap at the moment. I just wanted the technology to actually make Insulite. But yeah, thanks very much, everyone, for hanging out tonight. If you're still here for Treble Queen's raid earlier, thank you very much for sticking around. I do appreciate your company and your patronage. We have actually made a significant amount of money towards a new computer this month. I did have some IRL success where I got some extra money from an insurance claim. I have added that to this goal up here on top of all of your Twitch and YouTube contributions, etc. Just because that was money I'd already spent on something I didn't get and I got it back. So I think that counts towards a new computer. So yeah, we're almost a third of the way there. It is actually Subtober as well. Not that I'm going to tell you to sub. I'm not going to tell you to sub because I'm going on holiday for like most of October. Obviously you can sub if you want, but it's technically Subtober. All the videos are on YouTube. We are going to release a video about Jorbos sometime before we go on holiday to Australia. And we'll be back on Friday because I'm going to Scotland. So that's why I'm wrapping up early today. That's why we started early. But I'm happy we made some Insulite. I think that's good enough. So, who's going to go raid? We go raid Shen again. What's Shen playing? Shen's probably still playing Stellaris. No, let's go raid Live Action Pixel. Hey, hi, hello. Hey, hi, hello. There you go. What are they up to? The work is mysterious and important. That's a very cryptic stream title, if I've ever seen it. It's involving a magma volcano. It looks like a smiley face. That's good enough for me. Take care, everyone. Send your fishy emotes, etc. See you on Friday. Bye for now.